Hello out there. I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. How we doing? Well, I'm recording a little late. Um, I was in the process of uh, fajitas. So I'm sorry about that, but they were good. I was, going to go back and look at some of the stuff that I've been over. The other study that I was doing was men and women, you know, the men study and the women study. Well, I'm gonna finish those two in the morning, and because they belong with that section, not tonight. But I do want to finish up in Psalms 119. We got one, two, three, three left. To the end of it, and we're gonna go with Copa. And then let's see. I was trying to remember a testimony I have of old. That's about it. Yeah, understanding. Make sure I'm on the right spot. Yeah, Tazada, Copa, and this is understanding that Psalms 119, you know, is a part that you understand how the principality is pushing in on you. Understand that the wickedness on one side, and then you have the goodness on the other, and you're trying to. Oh, it's just like $1 million sitting right there on the hood of a car, and all you got to do is pick it up and walk away. That's a decision. The point of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because when you take it, let's say you get away with it, and you go home, and you just, if you understand how that works, it just goes poof. And it does, it just goes poof. But you got to understand that doing the right thing all the time is pretty tough. Biting your tongue, trying not to be a scallywag and go, and trying to be just a really good person. Because that's what the Father is looking for right now. I mean, that's who He's looking for, and that's who He's looking at. And the things that is charitable, no thinking to it, you just do it, And as it gets more and more and more closer to your heart, and you spend the time with the Father, and He's downloading you. And believe me, He will talk to you. Don't think He won't. I like I said, it might be an apple. I can't tell you, but different things that come into my life in different ways, and then all of a sudden you go, I realize. I start to realize, and you start to wake up, and you wake it up. You coming up in energy in a timeline. You just jumped up, and you see things in a whole different manner. I mean, this world doesn't have the existence once you get there. So understand that, what you're doing when you spend that time with the Father and when you stay in His Word. Hey, look, He's looking on you. He really is. He's looking on the inside of you. And, I mean, if He gets where He talks to you and where He shows you something for the first time, there won't be no turning back, I promise you. You'll be so shot up all the time, you don't know what to do. You'll have these highs and lows and highs and lows, and He'll teach you. He'll teach you every step of the way. Just understand that He is your Father, and you are His children. So, understanding the concept of taking in what the Father gives you, man, you can't imagine. It's just so real. I mean, it's just so real. And the point that He's taking that time with you makes you feel so special. Okay? every one of you out there are so special to him. His remnant is floating. And I know a lot of people go, well, what's that? What's this? What's this? It's it's kind of like the bands around the world. There's all these frequency bands circling the world. Kind of like I said, dumping a pole of spaghetti on top of the planet. And he's tapped into every one of you all the time. And plumb down to the grasshoppers. So understand that when he is talking to you, it might be in a buzz or a ring, but you will get to notice that. You will say, oh, I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I feel a buzz or I hear it. And then those affirmations keep coming and happening. Well, as long as you're looking for that, you're manifesting that. You are bringing God to you because you're staying in the Word of God. Stay on it. Stay in it every day. I mean, it might take a month, it might take 6 months, but he will talk to you. And when he hits you, it's like a ton of bricks. You go, oh my goodness, he's actually real. And then you'll be heck on wheels then. Okay, well, let me start with this. Copa, which is Psalms 145. I cried with my whole heart. Hear me, O Lord, the most high, righteous, and loved. You're having your trouble. You're having your heartache. You're busted. Okay? You're broken. No matter what. And you say, I cried with my whole heart. Hear me, O Lord. Okay? You're gonna do it. You might as well just get it right up front and get it right with him. And let me tell you something, the more you hold in, the longer it takes and the more it hurts. Okay? So as soon as you lay it on the line, lay it all out there, it's going to take you a while to forget it. Okay? But God forgives it then. Okay? He forgives it immediately. So understand that you can turn around. You spilt those cups in front of you, turn right around and think upon something else, something, a better life, better future, better things in your life, and stay with it in your eyes. I know it's hard as being in the flesh. It really is. It's tough because you're used to doing one thing and this thing and one thing only. But there is another world, okay, and it's God's world. So all I'm telling you is where you're at and where you're standing. If you're standing knee deep or neck deep in the mud, understand that you're getting cleaned and cleansed because in your mind, you're going, I'm in trouble. That's the first step right there. Father, Jesus, I need help. Father, help me. Turn around. Walk out of it. Clean yourself off and start anew. Okay? You're your own planet. Principality doesn't have anything to do with what you're trying to accomplish now. It's all about you and your inside with the Father. I will keep thy statutes. Okay, let me read that all over again. I cried with my whole heart, hear me, O Lord. I will keep thy statutes. The point that the statute is the point of the testimony, is the point of the precept, is the point of the commandment, okay? Because you look at Moses, he was supposed to touch a rock, okay, to give water. Instead, he smote it. He hit it, okay? Well, that was an offense to God, okay? So understand that your statutes, understand that when Moses did that, the point of anger to the point of cause and effect, God was still going to live behind his word. And he always has. There's not one time. He cannot lie. Okay? He doesn't do any of that. He stands behind his word. Moses didn't stand behind his word. Okay? He was who he was because of God. The thing about it is that when you cry out You need to cry out in truth. If it's all your fault and you caused it all, and you just might as well cough it up, because I'm gonna promise you, the longer you say, "Well, that was so and so," or "that was so and so," and you don't tell the truth, you won't get out of it. You won't get out of the spin cycle. You'll keep going down the same path you're going. You got to turn around. You got to cry, "Jesus, fill me up. Take me out of here. Change my mind. Change my course in life." 2 weeks, you might be a billionaire. You can't never tell what God's going to do for you. And it's the truth. Save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried, I hope in thy word. The point of hope. The hope of faith. The hope of true word. The deal of it is, it's like Jesus said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say, cast this mountain into the sea, and it'll happen. And the understanding of hope, okay, the hope part of it is, that's the human part of the flesh. That's the human hope, because we hope. That's all we know how to do, is really hope, and the faith part comes, but after hope. The hope is when you get out of you're starting to get out of your trouble, and you throw that on Jesus, and the hope that you have to have your life changed from what you were to a new person, or a new entity is what it is. You're a new entity. You're not just a new person. You're a whole new soul, Your soul wakes up to you and says, hey, guess what? We're good people, okay? Just understand that hope to faith, okay? And as you go along there, and then all of a sudden all that stuff falls off of you. It takes time. It may take time. But never, never, never lose your hope and faith, okay? Because faith is all you have, okay? That's how you move mountains. The faith part is, I am going to be that person. I am going to do those things in hope, okay? So you're projecting it out there. And what you're trying to manifest, the Father sees, okay? He sees it. Simple as that. And He's going to give it to you. You just keep walking in faith. You keep in Psalms 119, front to back. Read all the Psalms. All the Psalms is in your trouble and needs, and also in your point of understanding the Lord and understanding His laws, okay? The laws are before the cross. The laws, supposedly the laws, they're not the laws anymore. They're instruction of sin. Okay, so after the cross is instruction of sin. Because if you didn't have the instruction of sin, how would you know you ever sinned? Or how would you know anything was ever bad? Walking up and hitting somebody in the head with a claw hammer. Oh, and nobody ever said it was wrong. You wouldn't know, would you? Oh. I cried unto thee, save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. And I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried, I hope in thy word. Mine eyes prevent the night watch, that I might meditate in the word. To prevent the night watch. The things that go bump in the night. The things that are around you. The things that there needs to be a night watch. The things that are around you. Maybe it's even the circumstances you live in. But that I might meditate in thy word. The point of thy word, you wouldn't know thy word, from anything else if it wasn't showed to you time after time after time again. And like I said, Saul, Paul, David, Moses, Noah, Enoch, um, Abraham, Abram. You know, all these guys, all these cats, and done all these things. Miriam, Mary, Deborah. Uh, you know, you wouldn't know what you was doing, but if you follow those steps, it's just like, you know, if you follow your steps back and you read your Bible and you look for the things that you're looking for, like you women, you know, like I was talking about Deborah this morning, how she was a leader, you know, she was a judge, and all these things. Understand that you're a priestess, you're queens, and you always have been. Nobody wanted you to know that. You have, this one lady was today, was saying Zephyr, you know, and I understand what it means, you know, but the thing about it is that every one of you has Zephyr, you know, and you just don't know it. I mean, you think that you have to argue the attitude, you have to argue the moment, you have to, but you don't have, all you have to do is stand back and stand still and stand upright and be your queen. And people see it immediately. It's just what you are. Same thing as a king. I mean, he'll stand up and he'll be in his place, and guess what? Everybody in the whole crowd will see him, you know. But to understand that kings and queens, you do come from royal bloodlines. You just got to shake off the cobwebs, get the principality away from you, and spend time with the Father. And guess what? He'll come knocking on your door. And guess what? Then what are you going to do? You're going to do like me. You're going to try to read everything you possibly can and try to serve him the best way you can in any way, shape, fashion, or form. So just understand that. I mean, it's a hoo-yah. Look here, it is a hoo-yah. Hear my voice according unto the loving kindness, O Lord, the most high, righteous, and love. Quicken me, and according to thy judgment. Quicken? That means whenever you understand that you say something and you know you shouldn't have said it, you say, "Oh, I rebuke that, Father. That's not me," you know. So you caught it. So you was quickened because you knew what the Lord was going to do. You knew exactly what he was going to throw out there in front of you. He might throw a great big old red oak in front of you saying, "Hey, guess what? Go all the way around it. You did that, go through all this trouble to get around the tree." Okay? Understand that. You know, it's really, it's not funny when you got to go through it, but when you understand what you did and you understand what you had to go through to overcome that, then it's funny because you just didn't realize, oh my goodness, maybe I shouldn't have said that, because you get the rocks thrown in front of you, you know, enough. Enough's enough. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from the law. The people that form mischief, you know, witchy woo-ha, and that's their mischief. The point of understanding that what they do in their little pea-sized brain, because Satan's got a hold of them, is that you just be nice to them. Just be kind. When you do, they can't stand it. They're not going to be able to stand it. They're not going to be able to take it. So what? You know, you go back and you say, well, no, the Father will handle it. The Father handles it all. And believe me, he handles it. Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are truth. And it is truth. It is honesty. It is the truth of honesty can be. You understand, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet another man's wife. Thou shalt not slap your brother in the head 15 times. Okay? So understand that when you commit something out of it, understand that you are going to get punished no matter what. You may think you got away with something, but something else in front of you is called God. You didn't get away with anything. You never did. All your life, you never did. If you're a good person, you're doing the right thing, you won't have too many problems. Okay? But if you're mischievous and you're doing these things and your life stays in a twist and turmoil, that's God. Okay? He's not going to let you out until you're a good person. Okay? You're going to go through trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble until you realize, okay, Father, I give it all to you. I'm going to be the nicest guy or the nicest lady or the nicest woman on the planet. Hi, everybody. How we doing? Well, what happened to that guy? Yeah, that's how this works. I mean, there's no other way to tell you how it works. That's just how it works. So understand that being kind, being a loving person, take care of your family, all of your family, the best you can, poking everybody with a stick a little bit, keep them stirred up where they go and get baptized. Right now it's really important. Everybody out there, it's important. You better go get yourself stood up in front of Jesus. Okay? It's important because you don't get eternity. Rapture comes. What was that? I said it this morning. Anyways, it's caught up. You're caught up into the heavens with Jesus. You have to stay for the rest of the rapture. I mean, the rest of the rapture, yeah. The rest of Revelations, all the way through Armageddon. And guess what? It's not going to be fun. I don't want to be there. Concerning thy testimonies, I have known of old that thou hast found them forever. So understand that, the last line pretty well sums it up. Concerning thy testimonies. Look, it's just like this. You got a bear trap over there, and all of a sudden, I think I'm going to go stick my head in that bear trap. Man, I hate to, but I just gotta. Okay? Well, testimony tells you, hey, that bear trap is going to decapitate you. Don't go over and stick, well, I still think I need it. No, that's the point. It's the same thing as I always go back to squirrels, rabbits, birds, everything else. They're smart enough to stay away from Wile E. Coyote. You know what I mean? So understand how this works. If you go into those places and you do those things, you're sticking your head in the bear trap. Don't do that. That's not good. But anyways, the thing that you got to really understand is the Father. You're not ever going to get there from here if you don't take a bite. Okay? Psalms 119. Bite off into it. I mean, it's 100 and what? 176 verses in there. Okay? And each one of them are broken down into about anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 broke down in 10 different categories, in each one of them. And each one of them, means a point. And the point is for you to stay in the Father. That's the only point. Bring Jesus right here on your lips constantly, all the time. Your soul inside of you, which is the Father's grace, okay? From Jesus. Everything that comes from the Father went through Jesus, okay? Everything that goes through the Father is through Jesus. So understand, if you're not saved, go get saved, okay? If you think that somebody's going to call you a coward, I'm just telling you, there's no bigger coward on the planet except somebody that called you a coward. Okay? Because once you get him, and once you get in that spending that time with him, there's no coward in you. I can promise you. I mean, you'll stand up, bull elephant. So just understand that he loves you so very much. Y'all are very special to him. And the point that I keep trying to make is that I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to go whenever you go through everything that you went through and you come out on the other side where you can stand up and, and crow like a bandy rooster. Look here. Then you really know who he is and what he can do for you. I mean, yeah, we're puny compared to what's going on. Something's up. I don't know what's up, but anyways, have y'all been doing your prepping? Y'all been putting up a few things, putting some stuff back, going out and buying gold and silver and shells. Yep, that's a good thing to do. At least you know you're preparing for something. The CB radio, it's pretty well needed. Takes a 12-volt battery, remember that. But anyways, guys, gals, you're the most wonderful people in the world. Ladies, you're the most beautiful women in the world. You're one of the most blessed creations the Lord made. Guys, you're still ugly. But understand that he made y'all kings and queens. And you can stand up at any point in time. As soon as you want to get out of that spin cycle, just Jesus, I'm ready. And guess what? Turn around and go the other way. Everything's good. It's all good in the neighborhood. But anyways, I'll get off here. I love you guys. And guess what? God loves you a bunch. So, I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. Have a good one.